You are welcome back today. This is another episode on my channel, Peculiar Crafts and Accessories. Today we are making this beautiful, trendy, viral net and fan. But there's a twist to this. Mine is going to be size, a maxi size. So these are the materials I'll be using: my toe net, my gum, my bias, art wire, candle wax, scissors, my embellishments, machine thread with needle, um paper that I'll be using to cut my pattern on the arco board. I'll be using my arco board as well. So I already cut out the pattern. So for the art wire, I'll be measuring 24 inches into four places. So I'm using my plier to cut it easily. So I'll be making four of that, like I said earlier. I'll be using my needle. Some people usually use your tape to hold it in place, but I prefer using my thread. My thread makes it makes the finishing look thinner and neater. So I'm going to use my thread rather to um attach the edges of the wire in a circular way. I'll knot it. So I'm doing that as well to the other three cutout I have. So here we are. I have the three already made right now. And what's the next thing for me to do is to use my bias to cover the iron, cover the art wire in a circular form. I'm not going to do it in, like a strip. No, I'm going to turn it around till I get to the end of the wire. So just from the beginning, the measurement I use for the bias is 32. You can use 30 actually. You can use but don't use something less than 27, so that it will not become shortage. You can use 30 to 32. So at the beginning of my joining, I'll be adding my UHU gum. You can use your UHN, you can use your beat 6000, So I'll secure it from the tip. Along the line as you are doing it, maybe in the middle, you can still add your gum in the middle, then continue wrapping it till you get to the end. And when you get to the end as well, you can also use your gum to finish it up so it will stay in input. So I applied a little air after putting my gum so that it will dry and enable my bias to hold. So after cutting out 32 inches bias, you can see that I still have excess. It's better to have excess than for your bias to come shortage. You will not like that. It will mess up your work, and you want a neat work. Okay, so I have done that to the rest of the add wire, and now I'm using my pattern paper to, you see, I already did some cut out before, so I'm using the same aqua board to cut out this particular pattern, the shape. So instead of using your free hand to be drawing and you won't get the exact shape you want, or there will be miscalculations, it's better to have your pattern paper. So anytime you want to repeat this kind of pattern, you just place and trace and cut out. So you watched to this point and this is the very first time you join my channel and you're here to subscribe. Please, what are you waiting for? Subscribe so that you get more updates, you learn more. It's fun. Come on. Also, do it to give me a thumbs up. Share to your loved ones that you know would appreciate this kind of content of mine. Comment if you have any question, or if you want to just show appreciation that you understood, or you create your own and you would like me to assess them. Please kindly comment. I come here to train you on how to make various kind of headwears, ladies headwear, men headwear, other crafts and accessories, just like this hand fan. I make scrunchies, handbags, tote bags. Mention it. So it is loaded and it's promised to be filling. Okay. Back to our work. So I'm using the tool net to wrap the rings of my hand fan. Can you see that in that manner? So I'm trying to fasten it, not too tight though, but I want to make sure that there is no loops. Is it loops or loopholes or whatever? English is not my mates. So I'm just trying to make sure that it is well laid. It's not dangling. The ring is not dangling in the net. It's firm. I hope you can understand with all this my English. So after confirming all that, so I'm going to use my needle and thread, the machine needle and thread. I'm using the big needle. The big needle is easy to accelerate. Grammar. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, it's better to use the big needle because you'll be able to use it without piercing your hand. It will come out easily. So I'm done with that. I'm also going to repeat the same thing on the others. Okay. And here we have the others set. Can you see that it is well laid? So I'm going to be taking two together. Sorry, the camera is not speaking the upper side of the video. So I'm going to be using my needle and thread. Mind you, the thread is very thick. Oh. Don't go and you do run 2 lines of thread. I think 8 lines of thread. But it will be thick anywhere I stitch like this, it will stay put. So I'm using my needle and thread to secure it like that. The two together. When I'm done with that, I'll also take the other two and secure it together. Just watch and see what I do here.
From every fold to sparking bread, we wear the art that's proudly said. Wrap your world in style so true, with bows and beads and something new. Accessories that tell your tale, crafted hearts that never fail. Uniquely bold with love in every scene. We make your moments more than just a dream. Handmade magic, pure and rare, peculiar crafts beyond compare.
Okay, that is set. Now we have the two pair. So I'm going to turn the two pair to a pair by joining it like that and using my needle and thread again to secure it in the center. So I'm just trying to align it to the way that best fits how I imagine my hand fan to be. You get, so just align it well according to your discretion and fix together down there. When you are fixing, make sure you are passing the needle and thread through the art wire. You understand, not just the net, through the art wire to the art wire, because that is what will make it firm. The net cannot do a lot of holding for you here. So to make it very firm, I'm going to use my fishing line or invisible thread, using it to secure the upper part of the joining of the hand fans. Yes, stay so that it will stay put, and this is the result. So it will not be dangling when your bride hold it for a big day. So finally, this is the last but not the least important part. Here I have my velvet material, and I have all my already cut out the aqua board pattern that I'll be using. So also tracing out the pattern. Mind you, I will be leaving 0.5 inches around the fabric. I will not be cutting it straight on the marked line. I'll be leaving allowance of 0.5 inches. So when you are cutting, please leave allowance. And as also, you apply your gum on the marco on the arco board and place it like that, so you can see the 0.5 inches that I left dangling out. It's very important to leave it that way. So the excess fabric, I'll be using my UHN gum again. I'll be applying it on the excess part and folding it in. So just observe what I'm doing right now.
Uniquely bold with love in every scene. We make your moments more than just a dream. Handmade magic, pure and rare. Peculiar crafts beyond compare. Peculiar crafts where beauty begins and where that speaks. And handmade wins from every fold to spark and thread. We wear the art that's proudly said. Peculiar crafts where beauty begins and where that speaks. And handmade wins from every stitch to sparkle bright. We crown your day with joy and light.
So I have that replicated rather on the other shape. So I am going to place it on the fan to see how it's going to look before I go ahead to also secure it with my evostick glue. So I think it's okay for me by me and with me. So the next thing is to also apply my evostick gum heavily on each on each board. Place my fan in the middle, cover it up with the other board, and I'll use pressure on it, so I'm going to be using my hammer to add pressure on it so it will stay input and it will not come off. Mind you, after doing this, I'll also go ahead to use my needle and thread to support this gumming. you know you can never go wrong with being too um careful, because I don't want a rough work and I don't want the work that will strip apart at the end of the day. So I go ahead to know use my needle and thread on the four, I think it's three edges I did there, or the four edges. So because after all, I'm still going to use my embellishment to cover it, so it's not going to be obvious, it's not going to show. So from here you can go ahead to embellish your handfan the way you like. You can put your name, you can use your bead, you can use your patches, you can use your trimmings to design it to your taste. So that will be determined by the materials you have access to or that you can afford. And so this is the outcome of mine. I'm rooting for you to recreate yours. You will meet again in my next video. Bye for now.